Good morning. Today is Tuesday, January 6th, 2026, and welcome to part 2 of my WIP Parade. I'm at a little bit of a different angle right this minute because I want to share with you the shelves that I was talking about on yesterday's WIP Parade. So I am going to change the angle of my video so that you can see what my shelves I was talking about, and then I'm going to go back to my normal recording area. So this is the shelving unit that I'm talking about. I have 4 shelves, and these are all WIPs. So yesterday was shelf 1, which was all of that up there, right there. And I don't know if you were able to guess how much WIPs were on the one WIP shelf, and we will see how much it was at the end of my recording all 4 shelves of WIPs. So let's see how much are on shelf 2, and then we will see if I can record shelf 2 and shelf 3 today, or all 4 shelves. If not, we'll do shelf 1 or shelf 2, and we'll go from there. See you in a bit. Good morning. This is Addie from Addie's Crossing Quilts. As you saw in my little intro, if you're new, welcome. This is my WIP Parade. I hope you like what you see. You do all the YouTube stuff. Subscribe, leave a comment, a heart emoji, share, like, and do all the YouTube stuff. If you're returning subscriber or a new subscriber, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all the love that you're sharing. Thank you for coming back to my channel. I never thought that I would be getting all of the views. I never thought I would be getting the subscribers that I've gotten, and I'm feeling the love. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, and I really appreciate it. I think that this one is for all the fancy ladies and fancy folks. Well, I only have one boy, but I think this is going to be for all the memorabilia and Bella Filipina lovers, because I think this is a shelf that had all the memorabilias on them. So if you are a memorabilia lover, or if you know someone who loves memorabilia, let them know that episode 2 or part 2 of my WIP Parade has them all. Well, I think that one and maybe shelf 4. I don't know. I have to go see. I'm super excited and I'm tired. Just taking them down. So let's start. Grab a drink. I don't know how long this video is going to be, because yesterday's video, I was not expecting it to be 140 minutes long. If you counted and you guessed, and if I counted correctly, it was 77 WIPs. Yes. So let's keep yesterday's tally in mind, because we're going to add it with today's tally. Okay, so we have to count what today's tally it was. So I have zippers. If the zippers annoy you, I'm sorry, but I have to keep them closed because these are kitted with their beads. Almost all of these are kitted with their beads, and I don't want to lose. Most of them are kitted with their beads and their fancy flaws. So I don't want to lose anything of it. Okay, grab a drink and enjoy, and your favorite stitch, and let's enjoy. So my first WIP is Princess Eliana. This is what Princess Eliana is. I am stitching Princess Eliana on a 32 count opalescent by Under the Sea fabric. It is, I'm using called for. I started this as part of the hashtag Priestess birthday sale for Stitching the Globe. So it was at Allison at the moment, and at Cross Stitch the Globe, and yes, that is what I'm using it for. And I had a really nice start with it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? So I did, and this is where it's at. I need to get a bigger board. So my big board got used, so I need to get, I'm using this board. I'm going to try to leave at least 5-10 seconds so you could be able to see the, and of course the beads are inside. So I try to keep them kitted with their beads because I do believe in, and I have a card so I know what, you know, I have it all together. Number 2 is Pretty to Think. I started this for my daughter's birthday last year. Was it last year or the year before? I started this for my daughter's birthday on October 18, 2024. It is in a 14 count black Ada. See, I got the beads and I got the silks. I am using the DMC pod for it. I do have some strands hanging. I did a skin color conversion. If anybody is interested in it, I just made her darker, but this is where she's at. She is one of those that is called for. I have her on my WIP board to as a finish. She's going to be, I have her as a focus to finish. So I do have her on a focus to finish for this year. So she is going to be on focus to finish this year. Oh shoot, I forgot to put the pattern back in. My next one is Blossom. I'm doing a bit, okay. Blossom. I started her on May 21st, 2024. I think I was doing this as part of the Mermania in 2024. It is being stitched on a 28 count opalescent Lugana by They Stitched Me, the color of Nightshade, which is a gorgeous color. And of course, I'm using called for colors, and this is where it's at. I believe she is also part of my, I did a slight color conversion. She was a little pale, so I just made her a little bit darker. Just a chinchy. I just gave her some color because for me, she was too pale. I know she's a geisha, and I know she's supposed to be white, but she was too pale for me. So I just toned her up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Like how we say back home, a little bit. I believe she's also part of my WIP coat board. I did pick 25 of them, 25 of my fancy folks, and I think this one is Pretty in Pink. I am stitching Pretty in Pink on a 28 count Lugana, the color avocado by They Stitched Me. And this is where I'm at. I started this in October 17, 2024 in honor of my mom. That is her birthday, October 17th. And she passed away breast cancer. So I thought the pink represented breast cancer in October. So, and just to poke fun at her, her least favorite color was green. So, you know, I had to do it in green just to poke fun of her because I'm that child. I miss you, Mommy. God, I miss my mother so bad. My next Mirabilia, was it Anora? Is Anora. It is Miss Ginkgo. I am stitching Miss Ginkgo on a 16 count opalescent Ada by Under the Sea fabric called Nynx. And this is what it's called. This is where it's at. It's gorgeous. This is a gift by my daughter. This was a Christmas gift from my daughter, and I started this on March 4th, 2024. Sorry. I didn't realize I had hit the stuff. My next one, which is one of my favorites also, is Golden Girl apples. Now, when you see this like this, you're like, that's boring. I will tell anyone, if you have access to getting this one, get it. This is why. I am stitching this one on a 28 count fiber flare printed wood. I've also done a color conversion with her skin tone, because you have to be suntanned if you're sitting in the sun. And if you're a golden girl and you're sitting in the sun, yeah, you have to be tanned. Look how gorgeous she looks. So yes, if anybody is interested in any of my skin tone or color conversions, feel free to contact me through Instagram at Addie's Cross and Quilts, on Facebook through Addie's Cross and Quilts, or through here. So yep, this is right. I started this of part of Mirror Mania on 2024. Look how gorgeous she is. She's so beautiful. And yes, this is one of those that I have on my WIP board, because she is so pretty. I want to finish her, and I already know how I want to finish, how I want to fully finish her. So she is part of my WIP goals for this year. Lavender Mist. Lavender Mist was my first memorabilia I ever purchased. Lavender Mist is being stitched on a 14 count opalescent Ada by Picture This Plus called Crystal Da Vinci. I am using the called for color. Trying to remember which way is up. Okay, yeah. But that orange is always up, unless. And this is where I'm at. Isn't it gorgeous? I'm in love with the colors. And this is one of those that uses a lot of the newer colors. 11, 12, 13, 14. Yep, a lot of the newer colors. I started this on May 28th. So this was also part of the Mirror Mania in 2024. I started a lot of memorabilias in May. So I think like every day I started one in 2024. This one I started as part of the leap year, which I need to work on it. So it is in my WIP board. Eliana the Frog Princess. I think I have some frogging to do in this one though. It is part of the hashtag. It's part of the hashtag Mirabilia Leap Day Sal 2024. And I did do a color conversion for the skin. I am stitching this on a 28 count opalescent Lugana by Bestitch Me called Blue Moon. I started this on February 29th, 2024. I'm using the called for DMC except for the skin tone, and if anybody's interested in the skin tone colors, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to share. You can see I started the skin right here, and this is where I'm at. And yes, I do have this is also part of my WIP board, because I think we have two more years. 2024, 2020. I think 2028 is the next. I don't even know when is the next leap year. 2028. I'm not 100% sure. So I definitely have to get my butt in gear and get the one finished by the next leap year, right? So my next one is A Midsummer Night's Fairy. I started this on March 7th, 2024. It is on a 32 count opalescent linen by Under the Sea Fabrics called Hecate. Why did I stop this? I don't know. I don't know why I stopped it, but this is where it's at. It could have been that I did a miscount or something like that. I don't even know why I stopped it, to be honest with you. So sometimes it's as simple as I didn't have a particular color, or yeah. The next one is Lily of the Woods, the Dream Fairy. I started this as part of Mirror Madness. It's on a 28 count opalescent linen by Under the Sea Fabric called Midsummer Night. And let me see the picture. I might have goes like this. I think the only change I did was I changed 936 to 3051 because I didn't have 936. And this is where it's at. There we go. That's the real coloring right there. So, there we go. I was trying to bring light in. Okay. The next one, a favorite of mine, which I'm going to be doing the other one pretty soon, is Royal Games 2. Royal Games 1. I also have Royal Games 2, but it's not, I have it kitted, so Royal Games kitted thanks to my friend Christine, my CG Saturday friend Christine from the Saturday Squished Quad. She gave it to me as a gift. I think it was a birthday gift. And this is where it's at. This is also part of my WIP board because I definitely want to work on stitching this. I definitely want to work on finishing it. So, it is so pretty. It is so pretty. I have the beads. So we're definitely going to be working on beading on this. I do bead as I go. This particular one, I didn't have the beads while I was stitching it, and then I ordered it, but then by the time it came, I was off to something else. So it is part of my WIP go, so I will definitely be working on it. The next one is Delphina's Butterfly Brigade. I started Delphina's Butterfly Brigade on March 19, 2024. We started this as part of the spring equinox for the Craft and Books. Sorry about that. For the Craft and Books Facebook page. So it was Beth the Steadfast Stitcher, Dawn the Enchanted Stitcher. We all started this. I did order this kit from, Under the Sea Fabrics. So we did, instead of a Mill Hill beads, we did a conversion to Delica beads, and this is where it's at. So my fabric is a 32 count opalescent linen from Under the Sea Fabric called Frozen Margarita, and I chose this green because I thought the lavender looked gorgeous against the green. You know, she was in a field and she had all these butterflies around her, so this is where I'm at. That's this big beautiful butterfly you see right here. That's what this one is right here. So I definitely have to work on it. I like this one. I don't remember if I have it in my work go, but I do hopefully plan to work on a fancy lady. When? I don't know. I do. If I don't get to work on it this year, it's going to be on my to finish next year pile. Because I do have a lot of fancy ladies, and I have a lot of fancy ladies started, and I want to work on more, but I want to finish the ones I've started before I start more. This is my favorite one that I have done a color conversion for, and it is, it is right here. Okay, it is right here. It is going to be one of those that I'm going to work on until I finish it. It is Mermaid of Atlantis. Mermaid of Atlantis is, I started this as part of Mermaid. I started on a 28 count opalescent. Ada, did I do March? I think I started as Mermaid March Madness. I don't remember. Anyway. I think I started as, and this is where it's at. I am stitching this on a 28 count. Is this it? Yeah, I started this as part of a 28 count opalescent linen called Galeen from Under the Sea Fabrics, and this is where it's at. I did do some conversions. I just don't remember where it was. I did do some conversions. I just don't remember what it was. I did do some conversions. I just don't remember what it was. Yeah, because I think I did some conversion for the skin and something else. I just don't remember. So I have to go look now and figure it out. Ah, yes, now I remember. So I did skin conversion, but I used Rainbow Gallery silks. That's what I did. So here it is. You see, if I kept on looking, I would have remembered. Here's the Rainbow Gallery silks that I use. So if anybody's interested, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to share. And I did do some silks also from Mo Sale. So, yes. Because I was like, oh, when you heard me say, oh, it's because the pattern wasn't here, but then I remembered that yes, I still have it here. Because this is part of my, whatchamacallit, whip it. Hear me whip it. Not whip it. Whip-co. You know, I was trying to do all the mirrors together, but this is a Bella Filipina. This is a Bella Filipina. I'm trying to do all the mirabilias together, and then I could do the Bella Filipinas, but I don't think it's gonna work out like that. This is Red Lady Pirate. I started this on May 27th, 2024 in honor of my best friend on her death anniversary. She's my soul sister. I miss her so much. I am doing this on a 28 count opalescent linen, and I started this, and I do not like how these gold beads, because I am doing the gold beads, the called for gold beads. I do not like how the gold beads are falling, so I am going to frog. I am going to frog the gold beads and do some delicate beads. I am doing a 28 count opalescent linen from Under the Sea fabric called Sandy Shores. So this is where I'm at. The next one is Gwen. I am stitching Gwen on a 14 count Ada sky print by Macquarie, whatever you call it. I have used some Caranwala lilies, a Caranwala lily, and a call for DMC. I don't remember what Caranwala lily. I'll be honest with you, I don't even remember what Caranwala lily I used. But this is where it's at. Maybe I'm not using a Caranwala lily. I don't know. Maybe I said I'm using a Caranwala lily and changed my mind. Because I do that too. I say I'm going to use a Caranwala lily and then I change my mind. I think I said I was going to use a Caranwala lily for her hair. And then I'm going to change my mind. The next one is Raven. I am stitching Raven. Where's Raven's card? Here it is. I am stitching Raven on an 18 count opalescent Ada Fiery Sky by Under the Sea fabric. I started this on March 24th, and I did do some delicate substitutions. I also did a conversion for the hair. Instead of 310, because it was all black, I changed it to DMC 4135, so I made her a brunette. And then for the moon, I did instead of 3078, I did delicate beads from cream colored delicate beads. I don't know if you can see the delicate beads. And I did use E746 for the moon. So I kind of, give it texture, a treaty effect and texture, crevices or whatever you want to call it, just to give it a little bit of a look. If it's not me, if I don't change it. It's not me if I don't give it some kind of look. Victorian Christmas Eve. This is what Victorian Christmas Eve looks like. I gotta unroll it because she looks a little hurt right now. So let's try unrolling Victoria Christmas Eve. This is her head. This is what the rest of her looks like. Sorry about that. I wasn't prepared for this one, was I? No, I wasn't. Sorry about that. So Victorian Christmas Eve. Almost knocked down my coffee for that one, huh? This is what Victorian Christmas Eve looks like so far. I did do a couple of modifications. I used, if I'm right, I think I used Weeks That Works bullfrog for the foliage, because you see, so Nora had like 4 or 5 different greens, so you have to be doing like confetti stitches with the 3 or 4, not 4 or 5, 3 or 4 different shades of green for the foliage. So what I ended up doing was I took both Weeks That Works bullfrog, which had the same greens, olivey greens, and I just used that, and then I took the darkest green as a shadow, and that's basically what I did. And then because then I substituted 469, 470, and 472 for Weeks That Works bullfrog, and then the other dark green is what I did for the shading, and then I followed everything else. So it is on a 32 count opalescent white, and this is what Victorian Christmas, and I have to definitely work on this one because it is crying for me to finish it. I started this on November 11, 2023, so it is definitely crying for me to finish it. Definitely crying for me to finish it. This is the bullfrog, so you can see the different shades of green. You can definitely see the different shades of green for the shrubs. And then I am using, where did it go? Now I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Hold on, let me get it. I am using Delica, can I see the color? Crystal Silver, Clear White, and I'm using Delica Red Silver, because it calls for red and white bead, and I wasn't gonna go, so that's what I'm using for that. The next one, the next Nora that I'm doing is Eva. And for Eva, I am doing a 28 count opalescent Lugana by Under the Sea fabric called Nade. I changed her hair color to a DMC 53, which is, I think, a black, white, and gray. So that's how it came out when I did it. And that's what she's at. I'm using the called for. I'm using the called for. I just basically changed the hair color because it was supposed to be black and I substituted it to gray. The next one I'm doing is Maidens of the Season. So this is what Maidens of the Sea. So you know what? I'm gonna put a smash of what I am planning to do right here, because this is a picture of what the plan is for Maidens of the Season is. My beautiful friend Deanna lent me a copy of both Maidens of the Season 1 and 2 is. She lent me her copies. I photocopied it and I put it away because I don't want to damage it. So this is a photocopy of the one, and then the other one is put away, but this is a smash of what it's going to look like. So I have a blanket because that's what it feels like, a blanket of what Maidens of the Season is going to look like. So I have spring, summer, fall, and then winter is gonna be here. And of course I gave myself extra room. I need you to understand. Do you know how many times I had to frog this because I miscalculated because I was playing smart, and then I decided, you know what, I'm going to take my time and I'm going to really do this. I am stitching this on a 32 count raw silver Belfast linen. So when this is done, it is going to be gorgeous, because look how beautiful. I mean, I just did this little corner, and look how gorgeous it is. And then of course we all know that Nora's mom had done those needle paints, and we converted them to DMC, and some weekday works, and we did some blends. And if anybody, I'm holding it up so in case anybody is interested in this, they can take a picture of this, because this is what we did to come. This is the closest that we were able to do. What my friend did is she brought her see, I have it. That's for the winter. She brought her these are for the winter. She brought her needle paints in, and we sat down and we compared, and we did that. So anybody's interested, let me know. My next one is Woodland Fairy. I think I have a love-hate relationship with Woodland Fairy, and I think that's why I haven't done much with it. I am not sure. She's gorgeous. I don't know if it's the mustard. I don't know if it's the mustard yellow, the mustard brown. I don't know if it's the color of the fabric, because she's beautiful on here, but I don't know if it's the color. I guess I'll just keep on. You see, I think my issue is if I start stitching it and I'm not happy with it, I stop. And I think I kept on stitching because I kept on saying, well, maybe you'll get better. Maybe you'll get better. Maybe you'll get better. And for me, it wasn't getting better. And I kept on saying, maybe you'll get better. So this is how much I've stitched. So maybe you can comment on for this one and let me know. I am stitching this on a 32 count opalescent linen by Under the Sea fabric called Hecate. I don't know how Leslie pronounced these. It's Hecate. Hecate. So it's gorgeous. So the reason why, this is what it looks like. The reason why I chose this particular fabric is because my thought process was, she was waking up, you know, it was the dawn morning, you know, or evening, you know, where the sky starts changing colors. Yes, and that's the reason why I chose this color. So you help me out with this one, because I like to tell a picture with my fabric colors. I think if you've seen me long enough, I'm pretty sure you can understand when I choose a fabric. This was a birthday start, Raven Queen, because I'm a queen. I started this, even if it's in my own castle, in my own home. I'm a queen. I keep on hitting the camera, like if I haven't filmed before, like I haven't recorded before, right? I started this October 10th, 2023. It is on a 28 count opalescent Lugana by Stitch Me. Why it isn't finished, I don't know, because I got squirrel and I started working on other things. You know how we women are, well, we crafters are. I did convert the the Karen Water Lilies to weekday works. So I replaced it with Miami and my favorite Purple Rain. This is did I say what it was? Oh, it's a 28 count opalescent Lugana called Paranormal by Stitch Me. Love this one, and I chose this because, you know, foggy evening, the queen is standing in her balcony over her, you know, watching her kingdom, and this is how her sky looks. So Love it. Had to put some purple there, you know, because I'm purplicious. So, oh, Addie, get over yourself. Anyway, and then afterwards I was like, you could have put like 550 and 552 and 553 in the lighter where the teal is at, but that was after the fact. I didn't think about it until, well, of course I started in 23. It was in 24 and 25 when I really started doing conversions. So, oh, I forgot to put this in there. So I'm still debating if I'm going to do that tower in the back. I might just do the balcony and her standing holding the, oh, I forgot to put this in there. I'll get that later. Another favorite of mine that I think I do have on the whip coat board is Cathedral Wood Goddess. I am stitching Cathedral Wood Goddess on a, I'm stitching Cathedral Wood Goddess on a 28 count opalescent gold cream gold Lugana. I started this as part of the Mirror March Madness. Look how gorgeous she is. Can you see the gold? There you go. You can see the gold. There. See the gold. So yes, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I think I put this in my whip coat because I really want to work on this. Got the beads, got the silk. We're working on this one. Have we counted how much mirrors I have started? This one is Miss Dancing Flower. It is on a 28 count opalescent Lugana by under the sea fabric called Frigga. 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 I have a nice start with her, and this is where she's at. I'm trying to hurry along. I didn't realize I had so many. I started this as a birthday start this last year with my friend Diane, my stitchy friend, my Saturday stitchy friend Diana. It's called White Clover. It is part of my whip coat because I did say I was going to do it. And I did not. Where's my card? I didn't put a card. I know it was on October. I think it was October 16th, 15th, around there. Could have been October. Yeah, because I think she's a week after me. It is on a 14 count Ada, hand dyed by me. And I call it green apple. Or Jolly Roger apple. Because I hand dyed it. It's a pretty green. That's washed up. There it is. So yes, White Clover. And I have it kitted and everything, and this is how much I started. I have to go look in my notes because I do have it written down, and then I will put a card in it. I cannot believe I didn't put a card in this. How could I not put a card in this? Ah, shame on me, Addie. Shame on me. And I do have it. I have all the beads, and I even have the Rainbow Gallery. Because if I have a choice between Kreinik and Rainbow Gallery, oh, I forgot to put the if I have a choice between Rainbow Gallery and Kreinik, I will definitely do Rainbow Gallery. See, I forgot to put the Venus in, card in. I forgot to put Raven Queens in. So I have to make sure I put them back in. So this one is called the Mighty Samurai. And this is what the Mighty Samurai looks like. He is dimensions. So Here's dimensions, and I got it, I forgot where I got it. I got it off of Etsy, if I'm right. It is on an 18 count, and this is how much I've done. 18 count Ada. I'm using the DMC colors, and I started this on the 14th of January, so I will be working on him. He's one of those that I'm gonna see how much I can work on as much as possible, because he's a handsome boy, and I have so many geishas. I figured, why not give him a, you know, why not give the ladies someone to, you know, someone to admire. And I think that is all of my fancy ladies. So I am going to do the bellas that I have here, because I know I have more bellas down there, so I can pause and pull out more bellas. So that's all of the Maravillas. So let's start with, I pulled it all up one time. Why did I went and do that for? I don't know. The first one I have is Gaia, the Earth Goddess. Gaia, the Earth Goddess, is on a 14 count. Where's my board? Mess. My husband will think. It's on a 14 count. Picture this plus opalescent Ada, Crystal Da Vinci, and this is how much I've done. And I used the Caranwana Lily, the called for Caranwana Lily. So this is one of her branches. That's all I've done, and I'm definitely gonna be working on her because I really like it. She's beautiful. What I was trying to do is just start from one page, and she, you know, like, it's, for me, the Bella Filipinas are hard to start. Once you get them started, you're gonna be okay, but to get them started, they're kind of hard to start. So yeah, so let's put Gaia back in her bag. Who's this? Oh, so this was a special. Do I have the picture, or do I have to insert the picture? I'm gonna have to insert the picture. So I have two starts for this one. This is what it looks like. It's called Angel Fish by Bella Filipina. I got this as part of attending my first retreat, and my first retreat was in May of 2023, where I went to the Under the Sea Stitching, the Stitching Sirens retreat hosted by Under the Sea Fabric. The first one I started was on a 16 count opalescent Ada called Atlantis, and this is how much I stitched. And then I realized I did a counting error somewhere around there, so I started frogging so I could try to fix it, and this is how much I did. And then I started it again, or was it the other way around? I think I started with this one, and then I realized I did. Yeah, I started with this one. And then I started with this one, and I started on a 32 count opalescent linen called River Sticks. And then I realized there's a counting error somewhere around there, so I stopped and I started with the other one. And I like the other one better because of the colors. But then I decided I am going to finish both of them. So I kept both of them. I'm going to finish both of them. I really like the colors on this one. So it's really pretty. I decided I'm going to finish both of them. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to frog this one. And I am going to try to do a reverse image and stitch it so that one is looking this way and one is looking that way. Let's see if that works. The next one, I did put my board out, is McGuyan. McGuyan is on my WIP board, and guess what? It was pulled for, because it's number 7 on my WIP board, and if anybody's following WIPGO, 7 was, I think it's number 2 or number 7. I can't even remember, but I know McGuyan was pulled. I have to look at my book, but McGuyan was called, and yep, guess what? she's gonna get worked on this. As a matter of fact, tomorrow, because tomorrow is Wednesday, and I have designated Wednesday for WIP calls. So she is going to be worked on tomorrow, and I have to work on her. Look how much I have worked on. So my plan for tomorrow is to come up and work on her head and face. Let's see how much I get done. So I hope I can get some kind, you know, work on her arms and her head and face. Let's see how much I can get done. She is being stitched. Let me show her some more, because she's absolutely gorgeous. So I'll hold her up a little bit more while I tell you what she's being stitched on. She is being stitched on a 32 count opalescent Lugana called Zeus's Domain. And that's what she looks like. And if you see, it's like a ombre look. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And I started this June 26th, around there. 2023. Was it June or was it May? It was in the same Stitch and Retreat Siren, that Siren Stitch and Retreat. I gotta go look. Excuse me. I gotta go check it and see. Next, this was this year's my birthday start for 2020. My birthday start for 2025. Belinda, Black Magic Academy, Belinda Botanica. Ain't she gorgeous? I ordered this from Under the Sea Fabric, so I ordered the whole kit. Surprisingly, it wasn't, I thought about doing it opalescent, but then I said, you know what, let me leave it like that. I started on the first page, and I did my own color conversion because I wanted her to be purple, and if anybody can identify me, I am 550. So I started by doing her 550. So her hat is 550, and of course I did that color conversion. She is being stitched on a 28 count linen called Heaven's Fury. So it's gorgeous. Look at this, and look how pretty she came out. She came out really, really, it's coming out pretty. I love that purple. If anybody is interested in my color conversion, I'll be more than happy to give you the color conversion for the purple, but I am changing the greens to the purples. I'm using DMC and Rainbow Gallery for her dress, and this was my 2025 birthday start. So this is basically it, and I do have, so drop me a note and let me know what you're thinking about the purple for her dress, especially with the purple against this beautiful brown. I think it's gorgeous. And I definitely have to work on her because she's gorgeous. And I did the bag. I made the bag. And you see, it's gorgeous. So, so what do you think? Should I am doing the shelf. So let me keep on doing what was on that shelf. So what was on that shelf? Next, what was on that shelf was this here. This is called, because I forgot to put a card in it. It is something Stroll. Nightly Stroll. Stitch Witch. This was Pam's fault from Just Keep Stitching. It is on a 28 count. Is it linen? By Fabric Flair. 28 count linen by Fabric Flair. I am using Mo Sail Silk. I had a card in this. Where did it go? Huh. I have to go look now. Now I'm gonna be in a hunt. But this is where it's at. This is how much I've done. I know that is Mosaic silk because I can recognize Mosaic silk anywhere. So, and I thought I had written a card because usually when it's things like this, I write a card for them. So I must have not been in my right mind when I put this away. So I'm putting this right here because that is important. Very, very, muy importante. The next one is Stitch Witch by Tiny Modernist, and this is what it looks like. I already see that I have Purple Pansy and Argyle, so that means that I have done some modifications. It is on a 32 count Lugana by Be Stitch Me called Catacombs. This is how much I've done. So it's a fat 8, so I have to cut it, but I'll cut it later. I started this, let me see. The Purple Pansy is for the dress. I'm using Argyle socks for the hair, and I'm doing 945 for the skin. See? That's why I put those cards, because that's why I make these cards, because if not, see how long it took me to the thing? Okay. Ah, my favorite one. Here we go. Christmas Rules by Primrose Cottage. So I did use white. I did a blend of white and 198, number 4 Kryneck. So I did a blend of B5200 and 198 for the snow. I also did a blend of Whisper White and Kryneck for the fuzz in the hat. I don't know if you can see it. And that's how much I've done. I think I made a boo-boo, but I don't remember where I did the boo-boo. And if I don't remember, I'm not gonna tell you. Ha 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 ha. And if you catch it, great for you. I don't want to know. Ha ha. So this is how much I've done. It is on a 28 count. If I'm right, it's spring. Where's the card? If I'm right, it's Springfield Sage. 28 count Lugana. Yep, Springfield Sage. Yeah, and I did Whisper White, and then I converted some colors. So if anybody's interested, please let me know. Sometimes I convert the color if I don't have it on me, and I don't want to go. Like if I find something very, very similar, then that's what I do. This was my first bag that I tried making. My first attempt. It was horrible, but guess what? It works. This one is Halloween Hot Rod by Stony Creek. I started this on the 24th of October. It is on a 28 count Jobelin, the color Denim, if I can get the thing out. And I just, of course, I do not do green witches, so this is all I did. I changed the witch's color. I made her a pale, pale, pale. This one I started on Veterans Day last year, so I think it was November 11th. When was Veterans Day? I don't even remember when was Veterans Day because I forgot to write a note. But I started this on Veterans Day last year. None of Remembrance Day, Veterans Day. It's Remembrance Day in Canada. It's Veterans Day here. I saw it, and you know, having 4 children that serve in the military, having my grandfather who was a veteran, having my father-in-law who is a veteran, I wanted to you know, to honor them. So I started this, and this is where it's at. It's on a 18 count. It's on an 18 count white. This is how it goes. It's on an 18 count white Ada. And this is how much I've done. So, and I'm showing you the wrong way. This is how it is. This is how much I've done. I have it documented somewhere, but I am going to try to work on this as much as possible. And I stabbed myself with a needle. Needles, needles everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. I'll put this with the needle and the magnet because I just stabbed myself. And last are my Quakers. So I have all of these on PDF. So my first PDF Quaker is Holiday Quaker by Lila Studio. And I have it on a 32 count crystal feldspar by Picture This Plus. So I started this twice. The first time I started it here, and then I miscounted because of a thread, one of those little tiny little thread that you miss, and then it messes up the whole thing. So then I restarted it because I said I would frog, and I restarted it, and this is where it's at. However, I think I'm going to restart it again. Why? Because I think I want to do them all on 18 count, except for the Halloween one. So the Halloween one is 18 count. It's 28 count. Picture This Plus, 28 count linen. Picture This Plus is the Halloween Quaker Lila Studio 28 count linen. Picture This Plus by the color Haunted. I'm using the called for DMC, but of course I'm also doing some color cut modifications because I'm not me if I don't do color modifications, because that's me. I wanted, you know, I'm making it mine. So I am using black coffee. This here is black coffee. I already did the moon, and I already did the hat. And this is where I'm at so far. So this is the only one that's going to be 28 count. And then I think I'm going to start the others on 18 count because I like the 18 count look. So this is one. The story of my life. You're going to laugh at me when you hear this. I swear. Yeah. So I started Summer Quaker on 18 count Stormy because I loved the way the blue with the storms. It looks stormy, right? Well, I was supposed to start it like this, and I started it like this instead of like this. So now I'm trying to decide if to try to start it over, frog it. My husband said just start it over. So I am going to try to hand dye, and start it over. But for now, this is Summer Quaker, Lulia Studio, hand dye, called vintage. What's Stormy Clouds? And this is what it looks like when you mess up. Because when you mess up, you know what when you mess up, just mess up. Make sure you mess up good. Don't mess up bad. Make sure you mess up good. And here's another mess up, because of course you don't do it once, you do it twice. For Autumn, because this is Autumn. Autumn is on 18 count vintage country mocha. However, I can frog that. So I'm on the safe side. I'll frog that. But he is so cute. I love it. The squirrel. Squirrel. My favorite. And this one is Art is Joyful by Lila Studio. So I will definitely be frogging that and starting it over because I do like these. So I've showed you Holiday Quaker, Halloween Quaker, Summer and Spring. No, Summer and Fall. The last one that I started, which this time I made sure I did I made sure I measured correctly, and I started in the middle, is Peace on Earth by Lila Studio. This is what it looks like. And I make sure I wrote top, and I made sure I did it the right way. And I made sure I got a bigger piece in case I messed up. And I have it on an 18 count Ada, the color of oatmeal. And this is how much I've done. I made sure I put all the safeguards. Okay. So, let me know what was today's count so we could add it. Remember, yesterday's count was 77. I don't know how much today's count is, so I'm going to be counting as I put it away. And remember, every day may not be good, but there's good in every day. And be kind. Smile, because you never know if that smile was the brightest thing someone saw today. Until part 3, bye-bye.